It's Friday night. You just finished your second shift of the day. 14 hours on your feet. You open your banking app. $47. Payday is still 6 days away. You're working two jobs. You're doing everything right. And somehow, you're still broke. That second job was supposed to fix things. More hours, more money, more breathing room. But the breathing room never came. Here's why that second paycheck is a trap and why it was designed to be one. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, over 8 million Americans work two or more jobs. That number has been climbing every year since 2019. And the reason is obvious. Rent went up, groceries went up, gas went up. Your paycheck from one job didn't keep pace. So you did what anyone would do. You picked up a second job. Maybe it's delivery driving after your main shift. Maybe it's retail on weekends. Maybe it's overnight stocking at a warehouse. You sacrifice sleep, family time, and your health because that's what responsible people do, right? You work harder. But here's the part nobody tells you. That second income comes with a second set of costs, and those costs are almost invisible. They don't show up on your pay stub. They show up in your bank account, slowly draining everything you thought you earned. The math looks completely different once you see what's really happening. Your first job pays you $40,000 a year. That puts you in the 12% federal tax bracket. You take home a decent chunk of that paycheck. Now you add a second job making $27,000. Your total income is now $67,000. Sounds great, right? But here's what shifts. That extra $27,000 doesn't get taxed at 12%. A big portion of it gets taxed at 22%. That's the next tax bracket. The IRS doesn't care that you're exhausted. They see combined income. So right away, you're losing an extra 10% on a chunk of that second paycheck just to taxes. But taxes are only the beginning. You're now working 60 to 70 hours a week. That means you're not cooking anymore. You're spending $12 to $15 a meal on fast food or takeout. That's $40 to $50 a day. Over a month, that's $1,200 in food you used to make at home for $300. Your gas bill doubled because you're driving to a second location. That's an extra $200 a month. If you have kids, you need more childcare hours. That's another $400 to $800 a month, depending on where you live. Your car is taking on more miles. Oil changes come faster. Tires wear out sooner. Insurance premiums go up because you're driving more. None of this shows up on your pay stub. Every single one of these costs exists only because you took that second job. The second job created expenses that the second job has to pay for. And that cycle is the trap. Let's run the real numbers. Your second job pays $27,000 a year. That sounds like $2,250 a month before taxes. But let's subtract what actually happens. Federal taxes at the higher bracket take about $5,940 of that $27,000. State taxes vary, but let's say another $1,350. Social Security and Medicare take $2,065. So after all taxes, your $27,000 is now $17,645. That's $1,470 a month hitting your account. Now let's subtract the cost the second job created. Extra food because you can't cook, $900 a month. Extra gas and car wear, $300 a month. Additional childcare hours, $500 a month. Convenient spending because you're exhausted. Things like delivery apps, coffee runs, energy drinks, laundry service because you don't have time. That's another $200 a month. Add it all up. $900 plus $300 plus $500 plus $200. That's $1,900 a month in costs created by the second job. You're bringing in $1,470, but the job cost you $1,900 to maintain. You are paying $430 a month to work your second job. And here's the line that should stop you cold. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average American working multiple jobs earns roughly $67,000 combined, and a Bankrate survey found that 56% of Americans have less than $500 in savings. More hours didn't fix it. The extra money vanished before it ever reached your savings. You traded 30 hours a week of your life, and you're actually further behind than when you started. That's not bad luck. That's not poor budgeting. That's a system working exactly as designed. So if you're losing money on the second job, who's winning? Let's follow the trail. The fast food companies win. You're spending $900 a month because you're too tired to cook. That's $10,800 a year flowing straight to restaurant chains. The gas companies win. More miles means more fuel. More fuel means more profit for them. The childcare industry wins. An extra $500 a month from you alone. Multiply that by millions of parents working second jobs. The IRS wins. They collect at a higher bracket on income you barely keep. The auto repair shops win. Your car breaks down faster when you drive 30,000 miles a year instead of 15,000. And your employer at that second job, they win biggest. They get your labor for $15 an hour, but your real cost of showing up is closer to $24 an hour once you add in everything you spend just to be there. They're getting a $24 an hour worker for $15. The system doesn't need you to fail. It needs you to be too busy to notice. When you're working 70 hours a week, you don't have time to research investments. You don't have energy to learn new skills. You don't have bandwidth to start something of your own. You're surviving. And survival mode is the most profitable state a worker can be in, for everyone except you. Now, the objection. You're probably thinking, not everyone has a choice. Some people genuinely need that second income to keep the lights on. And that's real. Nobody here is judging you for doing what you have to do. But here's the shift. The goal isn't to quit your second job tomorrow. The goal is to make your second job temporary instead of permanent. And that requires a plan. Step 1, audit the real cost of your second job. Write down every expense that exists only because of that job. Gas, food, childcare, convenience spending, car maintenance. Get the real number. For most people, it's $1,500 to $2,000 a month. Once you see that number, you'll know exactly how much you're actually keeping. Step 2, redirect before you earn more. Before you add more hours, cut the leaks from job number 1. Cancel subscriptions you forgot about. That's $50 to $150 a month for most people. Meal prep on your one day off. That saves $400 to $600 a month compared to eating out every day. Switch to a no-fee bank account if yours is charging monthly fees. These changes alone can recover $500 to $800 a month without working a single extra hour. Step 3, use the margin to build an exit. Take whatever you saved and put $200 a month into a high-yield savings account, earning 4% to 5% interest. In 12 months, you have over $2,450. In 24 months, over $5,000. That's an emergency fund. That's breathing room. That's the thing that lets you say no to the second job permanently. The escape isn't earning more. The escape is keeping more of what you already earn. 2 people, same city, same $40,000 primary job. Both pick up a second job paying $27,000. Person A keeps grinding. Both jobs, 70 hours a week, year after year. They earn $67,000 but spend $22,800 a year on second job costs. After taxes and expenses, they net about negative $5,160 a year from that second job. After 5 years, person A has worked over 18,000 extra hours. Their savings account? Still under $500. Their car has 150,000 miles on it and needs replacing. Their health is worse. Their relationships are strained. They're exactly where they started, just more tired. Person B works the second job for 1 year, but during that year they audit their costs. They realize they're only keeping $300 a month from the second job after expenses, so they cut $600 in monthly leaks from their main budget instead. They quit the second job after 12 months. They take the $600 a month they freed up and invest it, at an average 8% return in an index fund. After 5 years, person B has $44,100. After 10 years, $109,000. Same starting paycheck, same city, same bills. Person A worked 18,000 extra hours and has nothing to show for it. Person B worked smarter for 12 months and built over $100,000. The only difference? Person B understood the math. Person B saw the trap and person B got out. You were never lazy. You were never irresponsible. You just weren't given the full picture. The system told you to work harder. It never told you to count the cost of working harder. Now you know. And knowing changes what you do next. This is not your fault. Nobody taught you this, but now you see the math and you can't unsee it. You're not someone who just works more hours anymore. You're someone who keeps more of every dollar. Subscribe, because the system won't teach you this, but we will.